So welcome back to the third episode of the day. I'm not sure which order it's actually going to be in, but there are going to be 3 out tonight, so feel free to watch them all. Anyway, tonight we are looking at a GMHI stock. This is apparently soon to be Luminar stock, or Luminaire stock, or Luminar stock, something along those lines anyway. So we're going to be looking at why this is potentially a great buy now. We're going to be looking at how huge this company could be in the future. We're going to be looking at some actual real world factors which could influence the share price as soon as that merger does go through. So I'm going to start off with my predictions leading up to the merger, because obviously when we look on the 1 month chart, we don't really even have much to talk about. So we're just going to talk about my predictions into the future. When it comes to, a quick swing trade, a few months or so, or potentially even a hold for long term, this would probably be the time to buy in if you do believe in the company. If you believe in the company's ethics, morals, business practices, whatnot, this would probably be the time. We've seen this in the case of companies like ChargePoint, for example. No, that one hasn't gone through yet. I'm going to use examples from ages ago because I was trying to use ones relevant, but we're just going to use examples like Helion, Workhorse, where the mergers went through, and then what happened is once the merger actually went through, we saw the share price go down because there was not really a driving factor anymore when it comes to reasons for the price to go up. Nevertheless, so I think that this company is still undervalued as the merger hasn't gone through, and not a lot of people are making videos about it on YouTube, which generally means in the market there is not a lot of demand for it. So yeah, if you do like the sound of this video, please do like and subscribe. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber milestone as soon as possible. So if you could just share this with your friends and family and whatnot, feel free to. You might have seen in the top corner of my screen next to the time 7:51, we have a message from Discord. So of course now we have our Discord server. Come and join us over there. Link is in the description. It's obviously about stocks, really friendly place to be, and that's actually where I get a lot of my video ideas from, because the guys in there are just so generous when it comes to giving me ideas, and they're just such nice people to be around. So feel free to come and join that server. It's a great place to be. Right, so we're going to take a look at some other important piece of information. Obviously we have this article on the motleyfool.com, fool.com for the actual web address. This is talking about why this Gauze Monopolis stock has skyrocketed on the day which this article was published, and the reason is of course because of the merger between the LiDAR technology company, which is called Luminar. So just to get this, explained in the most simple terms as possible, what this means is that this company is going to be developing stuff around LiDAR. So if you don't know what LiDAR is, don't worry, I've got you covered with this article. LiDAR here, according to Google, is a method for measuring distances. So it shows the target with a laser light and then measures a reflection with a sensor. So it's obviously interesting. We can think about many uses that this would have in the real world, but the main use that this is going to have for this company, because of course there are other companies doing this, but for this company, what they are trying to do is advance technology when it comes to vehicles. So we're going to have a quick look on their website. Honestly, very, very cool animation on their website straight off. Got to give it to them. But yeah, they are looking into the car sector and trying to revolutionize transport with autonomous driving cars, or at least semi-self-dependent driving cars. So obviously we have seen this in some countries to some effect, where on the motorway you don't necessarily have to use your hands to drive, where when you are reverse parking in some models you can also get that done automatically for you by the vehicle. So I just think this is a really cool technology, and if we are going to move to this futuristic technology sense, which we apparently are, of having the ability to drive without actually having, any skills to drive, you can apparently just jump in a car like it's a taxi, sit in the back or the front or whatnot, and the car will just take itself there. Long story short, we are not at that stage yet, so we are going to be waiting a few years for that. But it's companies like this which are going to help us to advance. So yeah, that is the main reason why I'm going to talk about why I think this is an undervalued industry. And obviously, just to summarize, the reason for that is because obviously if we think about this, it's like, I'm trying to think of another industry from a long time. It's like ChargePoint, for example. No, actually, let's go even further back. It's like Tesla, okay? Tesla was one of those ones where back in the day, like 2009, or even later than that, 2010, 2012, perhaps even 2015, we're going to go to modern times, the stock was really undervalued, you know what I mean? Because not a lot of people were seeing the potential in electric cars. It wasn't that time yet, but you guys know, you've seen the articles, especially with other companies. If we go even further back in time, I'm just going to use Apple for another example, because that was an article I read the other day. The guy bought like 750 shares of Apple back in like 1979. The shares cost him like 10p a share, or 10 cents a share to you Americans. Obviously, now the shares are worth like 500 a share, so the guy made an absolute killing, and that was due to the fact that the technology industry was not that advanced at the time. There was not really much potential in it. Now, I'm not saying that this is the next Apple or the next Tesla, but it's safe to say wherever this company is going to level out, in my opinion, and of course I am no financial advisor, it's not going to be at $13, you know what I mean? Whether it's going to be 5 years, 10 years, or whether it's going to be like the next 30 years, somewhere in the very near future, this stock is going to be a buy and hold forever, because in my opinion, if it's going to be the case and this company is going to be able to advance this form of technology, as they do promise to do, we are probably going to see huge growth in the industry. So I thought I'd just give you a quick 5-10 minute video looking at the company, just doing a quick skim and scan over it. Obviously the merger hasn't gone through, so it's going to be a little bit harder to look directly at the company's finances and whatnot. We will be bringing you periodic updates on the stock as it does become more hyped. And of course, if you want to, feel free to come and look at any of our other stock videos, come and do that on the channel. We got hundreds of them now, almost 200, so yeah, come and join us, come and watch them, and of course feel free to come and join us on Discord as well. Just before we do end though, remember to like and subscribe, share it with your family. Other than that though, have the rest of your day be amazing. Have a wonderful evening wherever you are, and just enjoy the rest of your time. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye until then.